Hey, welcome to Oni in Miami. You thought you knew your video games, huh? Well, listen, here, I got my butt kicked. We are today in front of Arcade Odyssey, the legendary arcade in Miami held by Rick Medina. And you're gonna see that his collection is World Heritage class. So let's check it out. Ikimasho!
Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami.
Bouncing in the club with the heat is on all night on the beach till the break of dawn. I'm going to Miami.
Welcome to Miami.
Rick Medina's not your average dude. He grew up with real stuff, hardcore cabs. Here, no bullshit medal games, just pixels and skill. In 2011, he opened Arcade Odyssey in Miami, a sacred spot for every arcade fan out there. Inside, you'll see games you've never seen before, Japanese imports, prototypes, total madness. And it's pretty neat, man. Every machine's restored like it's day one. No tickets, no loot boxes, just real gameplay. Rick keeps it all alive, as he just loves it that much. And truth is, Arcade Odyssey is the last real arcade in the county. People may not realize it, but Arcade Odyssey is a living, breathing museum, built to endure, despite the economic crisis. So we are gonna break down all the whys and the hows that make this arcade survive while all the others die. But that will be for another video. In this one, we welcome Rick himself, as he is going to comment on his game room. Hey Rick, what's up?
Hey there, Oni. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. So, tell us about this marvelous arcade game room you have.
Well, we've been around for 14 years now, and it was a bit of a struggle at the beginning when we first started, but then the resurgence of retro came back, and more people started getting into the video gaming thing, and around 2015, 2016, people started to really get interested to come in and play more. So since that time, we've expanded the game room twice, and as you know, I'm trying to get the National Video Game History Museum and the Sega Taikan Museum going, but Miami makes it rather difficult. We're in the most expensive place in the country over here now, I think.
Yeah, I see. So there's a lot of wonderful cabs. Do you want to talk about some of them, particular cab?
Do you want me to talk about the irritating maze story, or?
Yeah, I would love that. So let me get back to the cab.
So this cabinet right here, the irritating maze, which you see it, I first saw it at a convention and I fell in love with it. It was absolutely magnificent. Not only does it have the flashing lights that get your attention when you lose, but it also uses a very small, tiny little compressor that blows air in your face to scare the crap out of you when you lose. So I loved it. I saw it, but the guy wouldn't sell. It took me 2 years of hunting, and I found one in the U.S. in California. A gentleman owned it, and he lived on top of a mountain, and so I hired a pickup company to go pick it up and bring it to me, but they couldn't get the semi up the winding roads because it was such a tiny road to get up the mountain. So this gentleman had to go ahead and get a small truck with 2 other people, grab the cabinet, bring it down the mountain, and then drive it a little bit to get to the semi truck, load it on the semi truck to bring it to me. So the shipping was quite a bit also for this thing, but it was worth it. The cabinet was in wonderful condition, and I had to do very little to restore it, and it's a great game. In fact, if you look at these gray things with the little black dots, there's flash tubes in there, and when you lose, those flash lamps go off, which really capture, it's like people mostly go back and are shocked by that and the puff of air that hits you in the face. but it is truly a great game. It is a wonderful game. I'm actually trying to get my hands on, and I have right now in Japan, a version of this game that is mechanical, electromechanical,
Mm,
and I'm trying to get that game brought down. Actually, let me see if I have the name of that cabinet. Hold on,
sure.
because I've already paid for the cab.
Oh, really? So you
yeah.
have it? Okay.
Well, I don't ever say I have it until I bring it off the truck and it's in my warehouse. Then
Yeah, but
I
it's your property already because you paid for it. So
yeah, but that doesn't mean anything because it's still over there. They can sell it, give me back my money, because I don't
oh, okay, okay, okay.
have shit yet.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't ever count anything until it's here. And of course, even when it gets shipped, there's also a problem with the boat, or it can get damaged in shipping, or what. So like, I don't. There's a saying in the United States that you don't count your chickens before they hatch.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
That's
know?
right. About
The
yes.
game that is called Ira Bow, IRA Bow.
Mm.
And it is a mechanical version of this game. By the way, I don't know if you're aware, but did you also know that this game launched a TV show?
No, 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 no.
Oh yes. The TV. Let me pull it up. Hold on. Let me see. But this was a very popular TV show in Japan.
Okay. I know about the fact that it was done also to be released on Neo Geo AES, and there was a prototype about it, but of course with SNK difficulties, it never happened. But the irritating maze is kind of legendary amongst collectors.
Well, here's the name of it. The name of it is called Uchan, Ucchan, Nanchan, Nanchan, No Hono, Hono, No Challenger. Kore ga dekitara 100 man en. It's basically called also Yushi-chan Nanchan's Challenger of Fire. 1 million yen if you can do this. That was the name of this, and it's actually very interesting. If you look it up, you will see it's the actual irritating maze but live, and when if they touch the sides, it does an explosion and launches all sorts of streamers and stuff at the people that lose.
Yeah, I see. So this is exactly the same principle. Okay.
Yes. But like I said, it was really it basically it inspired this game. But it was a really, really cool thing. You may want to show like a little clip of that.
Of course, I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So keep going on. We can talk about. Let me see. Jurassic Park. I can turn around and I can say,
Sure.
They've done several different versions of. So this game here, Jurassic Park 3. This is the third iteration, and it's called Konami. And I've always loved Jurassic Park games. I have Jurassic Park 1. And then they've done several different versions. This is the third iteration, and it uses the same hardware as the Police 911.
Okay.
So it is a wonderful game. It gets quite a bit of play, and the best thing I liked about this one is that it gave you the ability to not only shoot at the screen, but you could also duck left or right by pressing the buttons, which was sort of a rather nice effect, instead of being stuck like in a House of the Dead where you're going down and you really, you have to shoot to clear away. This, you had to interact more with the game.
That has a time crisis feeling.
Yes, it's sort of a bit of a Time Crisis feeling. Not really the same, because Time Crisis you have to duck
Yeah,
up
yeah,
and
yeah.
down. So keep going. Jambo Safari, that one right
Mm,
there. That
mm,
is a wonderful game. That is the deluxe, the super deluxe cabinet. That was not seen very often. In fact, there's another sit-down version of this, and it had a subwoofer in it, but
mm.
it didn't have any force feedback, so you only had a subwoofer. This version had force feedback, but no subwoofer. So I didn't think that was cool. So I went ahead and I put a huge subwoofer
Mm.
under the seat with a huge amplifier. So whenever shit happens, you're basically getting shot off the seat by a subwoofer. I wanted this to be like the ultimate culmination of the two games. I wanted it to be the force feedback of the steering wheel plus the force, plus
Mm.
the deep rumble of the subwoofer in the other sit down. So this super deluxe cabinet, which was normally seen at like places like Disney Quest, still did not have the subwoofer. So this version has everything, has a subwoofer and the force feedback built into it. A great game, wonderful game. I don't think it ever came out in any system. It was never brought to any home platform, and it's a shame because it was a lot of fun.
All right, nice one. Okay, what's next now?
Well, we can keep going, keep going. Let's see.
Yeah.
Uh, sumo when you turn.
Okay.
So this game here, sumo, truly an amazing thing. The platform that you see there allowed for six movements, six access point movements. So basically, you could go left, right, front, back, up, down, pitch, yaw. I mean, it was just simply amazing. And
Mm.
this cabinet, we have, because we had gotten this cabinet and it brought a bunch of different packages. We found out later we got the final packages. We actually have all the sumo games that have ever
Okay.
been released in this cabinet. So this cabinet has all the licenses. So you have roller coaster rides, and you have the Star Wars. You have the let me see, what was hold on, the other names of the game. Oh, Mech Warrior was
Mm.
another great game that was in this cabinet. You also have in reality, I don't even think that the people even list them online. I think I'm the only one that has them listed on on our website. You have Zeus, which was another wonderful game. A lot of these games you didn't see in most places, and this sumo has them all built in.
Mm.
So it is a wonderful thing, and with the motion experience and the speakers right behind you and stuff, it is truly an immersive experience. That game gets a lot of play.
Like irritating maze, people don't realize how rare are these kind of arcade cabs, right?
That is true. The people
Mm.
don't have usually any idea, and that's a lot of times I'm walking around and I walk up to people and I go, "Oh, did you know about this or this?" And they're like, "No, no, we had no idea." And
Mm.
I start explaining it to them, and it really is a shame because there are so many really cool things on a lot of these games. By the way, some of the games for there was Beachhead 2000, which was a wonder. Actually, was Beachhead 2000 Special Edition 2.0. That's what's loaded on this thing. Then you've got, let me see what else you got. Crimson Skies, another wonderful shoot 'em up where you are flying biplanes and stuff. And that was built by Microsoft.
Mm.
Another one that was a wonderful game in this was, let me see, Air Raid, where you're basically aboard a naval vessel and you're shooting down planes and other ships, enemy ships coming at you.
Mm.
Wonderful game. I mean, all these games are extremely immersive. Airstrike was another one. Let me see, what was Mech Warrior Vengeance, Mech Warrior 4 Vengeance.
Yes, Mech Warrior and Crimson Skies are some games which has been released on Xbox, for example.
Yes, yeah,
Mm.
but over here you get to play it and get thrown around with surround sound.
Mm.
So,
Incredible.
like I mentioned, Zeus was another one that was like similar to a Mech Warrior type thing. And then you had the roller coasters, which were really, really wonderful. You had several different roller coasters, famous roller coasters in the United States. And you also had some rides, some 3D um, rides like the ones that were in the laser disc, the Mind's Eye, and stuff like that, where you're going on a magic carpet ride and stuff like that.
Mm.
So you have all those in this thing. It is truly wonderful. But you can see all this if you go to our website, the Arcade Odyssey website, and you
Okay.
go under the list of games. You will see a lot of those games listed. Actually, we have them all listed. We have, I think, close to 200 games listed on our
Oh,
site.
wow. Okay. All right. Okay. So, people, you know what you have to do. You have to go to Arcade Odyssey website.
Yep. Oh, Dance Maniacs.
Mm.
This one here. This was a great thing. Me and my son, because everywhere we go, anywhere in the world, wherever we travel, we always look for and find arcades.
Okay.
We were in Orlando at a thing for my daughter, a competition for my daughter, and when we were there, we walked into a really, really cool arcade back then called Rocky's Replay. And it was a real classic, old style retro arcade in Orlando. It's since gone out of business quite a few years ago. But when I walked in, I saw this game, and just like most people, you walk around the arcade, and if you don't realize or don't know the game, you just walk away from it. Well, a young boy walked up to me and said, "Hey, have you ever played this game?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Oh, this is a really cool game. It's a dancing game." And I said, "Well, I'm a little bit out of shape.
Yeah.
I don't do dancing games that well." And he goes, "No, no, no. You dance with your arms." And I go, "What?" And basically, there's invisible beams that come out of this game,
Yeah.
the top and the bottom, and you basically have to break beams with your hands in order to play the rhythm game. And I loved it so much that I immediately started looking for it, and I got the cabinet within a month.
There's a game on PS2 which is like that, which name is Paradise. I don't know if you know that
Yes,
game.
I actually have the original arcade version of it.
Mm.
Yes, actually, you're saying para, isn't it Pasha Passion?
No. It's also a Konami game, if I remember well, but it's Paradise. And you have a controller on PS2. Also, you have the arcade cable, of course, but it's the same thing. You have to dance with your hands, and this is the counterpart of DDR.
Well, it's a little bit different. Paradise. I'm looking at it here, and the things were above, but they were just down. You were breaking the beams just going down. This is down and up.
Yeah, but it's older. Paradise is way older than this one.
Paradise was built in 2000, whereas Dance Maniacs was built in, let me see. No, Dance Maniacs was 1997. It was
Okay.
older.
I didn't know that. I thought it was way later than that. Okay.
No, 1997. Yeah.
Okay.
The Paradise, I'm looking at it, and it's just facing down. So you have to break the beams coming down. This, you have to break the beams down and up. So
All right.
more interaction with the game.
Mm.
And it's one of my daughter's favorite games. It was a wonderful thing, and it's still to this day people play it. They love it. Nostalgia, that's classic. Everybody's got nostalgia. Choose,
Yeah.
these are standard Japanese staples.
A bit like My or things like that.
Yes,
Mm.
Waka, My. Those are
Mm.
the standard rhythm games. Everybody and the grandmother and any almost any arcade has them. And same thing with Theorism.
Yeah.
These are standard rhythm cabs that a lot of people have. I mean, I find the rhythm games interesting and cool, but when everybody's got them, there's no need to really talk about them because everybody's got them. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. But you had to have those cabs to attract some kind of customers also.
I don't agree with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you will attract some rhythm players and rhythm gamers and so on. But the reality of it is, when people come to the arcade, unless they're very specifically hunting for a game, and don't get me wrong, I have had a few people, but the number of people that call me looking or that email me looking for a specific game might be one in 10,000.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and I say 10,000, yes, because we see that many people. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
sure.
So it is quite. I mean, I've had somebody ask me about the X-Men. Did we have the X-Men 6 player or the 4 player? I've had somebody ask me, did we have Tunism? Did we have Panic Park?
Oh,
And
yeah.
so, but these are very, very one-offs. Uh, like I said, one shot, somebody calling me and asking me this or messaging me through Facebook or whatever.
Mm, okay. So what about this X-Men cab? This was a great game at the time. I mean, it was a revolution, right?
That was
Yeah.
amazing, and I loved it. And me and I actually got this game because of my son. My son one day says, "Dad, somebody's selling an X-Men in the middle of Florida somewhere, like in the Everglades or something."
Mm.
And we had to drive all the way out there because my son wanted it, and I loved collecting these, and he really wanted it, so we went out there to go get it. And let me tell you, that is one heavy freaking game. Okay, those it's got those two 27-inch monitor. I don't know if they're 27 or 25s, but man, they are heavy.
So
And
how heavy? How heavy is it?
oh God, those were heavy. Let me tell you, uh, this 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 is probably one of the heaviest. I've lifted a lot of cabinets before.
Mm.
This thing sucked, really, really sucked to lift. The front part of it detaches, so that's not the heavy part. So you see the controls. There's
Uh-huh.
two latches on either side that you could easily remove, and this whole piece comes off. And so the whole front panel comes off. That doesn't weigh anything. Weighs
Okay.
probably like, I don't know, 50 to 70 pounds. But that rear part, oh my Lord, it felt like I was lifting, like 1,000 pounds. It just weighed
Mm.
so much.
Mm.
And me and my son were the only, it was just the two of us, and we had to lift it onto the truck. And we ended up having to take it apart because the monitors and stuff can come out of it. But oh my God, we ended up, the glass in the front exploded. We had to get
Oh.
that replaced. It was so crazy and so heavy, and it took us almost an hour to load onto the truck because we had to disassemble so much stuff just because it was literally just two of us trying to get
Oh.
this monster up there. Nobody else was there to help us.
And
uh,
yeah,
you know let me see, I'm trying to find the weight
the
of
weight.
that.
While you're looking for it, I have a question. Do you know how many cabs of the six-player version you have out there? Because I guess it's not much.
No, the 6 player cabinets, actually this is the only one
Oh,
that I
incredible.
know. There is one that has more than this, but it's an indie game. It's one of the new games. Um, God, what's the name of that? Killer Queen.
No, but I mean, how many cabs of this 6-player version game do you have in the
Oh.
wild?
This is the only one that I'm aware of.
I don't know any other either.
No.
So
No, I don't know any others. According to what I'm looking at, it said that the rear part of it alone weighed over 500 pounds. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And that's just half of the game. That's just the rear half.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it was a monster, and I had to lift it up 4 feet to get it onto the truck. So lifting 500 pounds between me and a young boy, because my son at the time was only like 13, so that means most of the weight was on me. To lift that thing was a monster. It was horrible.
I see. Nice piece. We can't forget that this game led us to Marvel vs. Capcom and all the games related to Marvel. So you have to remember that.
Well, it was it was not the first multi-screen game. Because I have other games that are not in
Darius.
Like Darius, yes. Darius was a 3-screen game, but the 3 screens were 13-inch screens. This thing was 225-inch screens.
Yeah.
Here's Panic Park, which is another wonderful and quite rare game. It is
this is quite rare because they all have been destroyed in a way.
Yes, yes, they have. In fact, if you look at ours, you'll see how good the controls and the speakers look. I've had to recreate those because people have broken them. So I've had to 3D scan and reprint those devices because people have broken them. And there's also a thing on Panic Park that a lot of people don't realize, but there's a hidden game called Panic King. And it's a 1-player version of Panic Park. And what you're supposed to do is, if you hold the start button, when you put a credit in, it'll launch Panic King. And the cool thing about that is that the game changes every month. So for every month, it'll automatically pick a different round, and it will launch. And for that month, you have to compete for Panic King to be the best player for that month. It is a really, really cool thing, and I don't know, very few people, when I walk up to people and I see them playing that and I tell them about it, they absolutely lose their minds. They're like, oh, no, we gotta play. And it is a really challenging version of every round, but it knows the time and the date and so on, and when it changes, the game changes to a different game. So every month you have a different game of Panic King.
Yeah, I see. There was a lot of games at that time who was doing that, but it's nice to know that for that game. I didn't know it at all.
Yes, yeah, it's called Panic King, and it is like I said, it basically picks a round, because there's like, I think 20 something different rounds of Panic Park. So every month you get one game of that, and it makes it very, very challenging, and everybody has to compete. Only one person can compete. And you basically are going to get your name on the ranking of being Panic King for that month.
I see.
Very, very neat. Love that.
Incredible.
Of course, Taiko no Tatsujin.
Of course. Everyone has that.
Everyone has it, yeah.
Yeah. Same here.
Well, yes, but something about these air hockey
hockeys, yeah.
I got the big wave, first of all, because it was curved, and I thought that was interesting, but that wasn't the main reason I bought it. The main reason I got that one is because it's waterproof. Now,
I see.
Waterproof.
Yeah.
Okay? And we've had, because people, they're
buying beverages, so yeah,
they spill their drinks. This game was built to handle it, and that is what makes that game unique. The fact that it is waterproof.
Mm.
So you could actually leave it outside in the rain and stuff, and you could still play it. So I thought that was a wonderful thing. It is truly waterproof.
Mm. I see. Interesting.
Project Diva, of course.
Of course, yeah. Hatsune Miku.
Common.
Mm.
Let me see.
Bone Eater.
Bone Eater, wonderful game, but
Yeah.
somewhat common. But next to it, the Typing of the Dead,
Yeah.
that is not common. Okay. In fact, I loved when I had been hunting for that game, that cabinet. I had been hunting for years.
Mm.
Years, okay, because I was fascinated by the Naomi typing games. There was 3 Naomi typing games: La Keyboard XYU, Lupin the Typing, and the Typing of the Dead. I have all 3 of them,
Mm.
okay, but I had them for the Naomi system because I had been collecting arcade systems for years, since 1989.
Okay.
And so I had the Naomi system, and I had built the keyboard thing through the Maple I/O adapter on the Naomi, and so I had built my own version of this, and it was cool. But I wanted the original cabinet, and I wasn't sure how well people were gonna like it, but they loved it. They absolutely adore it. And it is a great game. The only one that's really a little bit bizarre is La Keyboard XYU. That's like half-naked Cupid dolls with clear brains and stuff. It's really bizarre.
Okay. Nice.
It has a lot of, it asks you a lot of questions, so a lot of times you're just guessing. So, because we don't speak Japanese.
Mhm.
But the Typing of the Dead and Lupin the Typing, which were both based on the shooting game version, which I have both also, it is a lot of fun, and it really is enjoyable. There's only one level of the Typing of the Dead where they start asking you questions, and that you have to guess. But it's only one level. The rest of the levels you can handle because it's standard typing.
Oh, I see.
But it is a lot of fun, and the people absolutely love it. And I'm ecstatic that I brought this game in. There was 7 House of the Dead games, and I wanted to get them all.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite rail shooter license for sure. Yeah.
Yep, and I loved it. And this was one of the ones I was looking for a long time.
I understand. I do understand that. Timber, okay.
Yes. Also rare, but not anything you won't, not a very common game to find, but it is a fun game. It is an MCR game like Tron and so on. Star Wars, classic. Star Wars trilogy, wonderful game. Gets a lot of play also.
Sure.
And next to Timber, you've got, of course, Tapper. Same board set, same graphics, same everything.
Yeah. Original cabs.
Yes, and next to that is another MCR game, because this used the same board, Satan's Hollow. That is a rare game. It did not come down to the southern part of the U.S., I guess, because of the Bible Belt and everybody freaking out because it has Satan in it. But that's one of my favorite games. I love that game.
Really?
Hollow, oh yeah, it is a wonderful game. If you like shoot 'em ups, it's a very primitive type shoot 'em up, similar to Galaga or whatever. But I love the thing that you have these demons blowing down, and you had wolfmen and all this stuff. It was a lot of fun, and I also love the blue light and stuff, the black light glowing the joystick like Tron. All those games are all MCR games. They all use the same motherboard.
I see.
And I loved, I like Tron, Timber, Tapper, Wacko. All of those were MCR. I love them all. Of course, Galaga, original.
Classic arcade game.
You gotta have this. If you have an arcade and you don't have Galaga, there's something wrong with you.
Not every arcade is like Arcade Odyssey. So
Yeah, very true. Okay, this game, Cool Gunman.
Hmm.
I saw a thing on it once, and I had to have it. This game I was so fascinated with because it's like air hockey, except the cool thing about it is instead of using two strikers and a puck, it's like playing air hockey in the Old West. You had a can, and you had to shoot the can and bounce it into your opponent's goal.
Yeah.
I absolutely adored the concept.
You made me try it, and it's incredible. So I guess we'll be having 3 videos for Arcade Odyssey, and we'll talk about this particular game in the third one. So you don't have to tell us too much about it.
Okay, all right. Well, moving on.
Sure. But yeah, Cool Gunman, just remember this name because it's a crazy game.
Another game that was not ported and wasn't talked about much. I think it's been ported now, but
it is
ported. Yeah, but this is a wonderful game.
I agree with that. I know Spica Adventure, and I like it very much. It's a nice platformer. Yeah.
And Camel Tree. Camel Tree is absolutely an amazing game.
A spinner game.
A spinner game using original Taito spinners. Was very, very popular in Japan, and I fell in love with it, so I had to bring it. I had to get it.
I have the full kit of it.
Yes.
It has been adapted on Super Famicom as well.
Yes, but it sucks.
Yeah, of course. There's no spinner. Yeah.
Yeah. AKB48 is this, even though this is not a very popular game, but it was a lot of fun. It was a combination of House of the Dead and a rhythm game in one thing, and it combined blasts of air and bursts and kickback with the seat. It is a lot of fun, and everybody loves this game. This is a really, really great game. If you haven't played it, I strongly suggest if you're somewhere and you get a chance to play it, play it. By the way, you also skipped another great game back there.
Okay, what was it?
It was Hammer Match. Now, when you turn that game there, Pac-Man Hammer Match. It's a shame because that one I looked for years, and I couldn't find it. And the reason I couldn't find it is because they were only in Taito game centers, and you couldn't get the game if you weren't a Taito game center.
I don't understand. In Taito's game centers, not even in Namco's game centers.
No, sorry, it was in Namco. Sorry.
Yeah.
Namco. Yeah, you're right. It was Namco. Yeah, Namco game centers, not Taito. So it was in Namco game centers, and it was only in Namco game centers, not in Sega, not in Taito, not in any of the other ones. And I found out later that the reason I was having such a hard time getting it was because it was only built for Namco game centers. And when they would close down a game center, of course, what would Japanese people do? They would destroy all the games, which is standard practice.
Yeah.
So when COVID happened, people were in such a rush and trying to get rid of stuff and closing down game centers and stuff like that, that somebody managed to get their hands on one intact, and it was sent to me. Now, when I got it, I ran into a problem. The people have a tendency, I don't know why, but they love to punch the hammer whenever they walk
Oh
by.
yeah, I remember about that. You told me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and that drove me insane. So they eventually broke the game. I ended up
Mm.
repairing the game, and then I built that humongous cage that you see around it to prevent
Mm.
people from, you almost have to gorilla proof the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
and nothing major there. Nothing major.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, to the right. Well, if you look to the right there.
No, no, no. I'll be back on the right. I think I'm going on the left first to see those cabs, and then after filming these, we go back to what you want to talk about. Don't worry about that. And I guess in the third video we'll be talking especially about this cab because you told me it was just made by a friend of yours. So I guess there's interesting stories to tell to people about that.
Well, well, there's two cabinets there to the right, which are interesting. There's Jet Pong and there's U235 Meltdown.
Both of them are crazy cabs that you don't see anywhere else. I never saw
Well,
that anywhere else.
Jet Pong, you're gonna start seeing a lot of because it's being made by Dynamo.
Commercialized, yes, it's now commercialized. Yeah.
Yes.
Hmm. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, actually, there's three games there that are wonderful. Space Zap, which is a black and white, even though you see color there.
Yeah.
Color is only there because it has an overlay on it. like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And this game I usually have people play, and it is a wonderful game. It's a lot of fun. It's basically a reflex game.
It's
And-
inspired by the Vectrex, right?
No, not really.
Okay.
I don't think so. No, because this game was I think it was 1980.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
Okay, so it was vector games weren't even out yet.
Yeah, I was more talking about the overlay thing, but yeah, Vectrex is later
No,
than that.
Vectors came out even though overlay things actually started with the Magnavox Odyssey ITL
Yeah.
200, which we have, and that's when the first time I ever saw overlays. And then when the arcade thing started, they started doing them with black and white to get color. They started putting them over Space Invaders and stuff, or Space Zap and stuff like that. Space Invaders was before Space Zap.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
this was a black and white monitor. And it is a wonderful game. And basically all you got to do is push the direction of the spaceship that's going to attack you and press the fire button, which is to the left or right, depending upon the thing. But this game is a wonderful game. Rare. The stand-up version of this game looks even cooler because it's more of a mirrored cabinet. And I think it looks beautiful. But there's something to be said about the two-player version. I originally wanted to get the one-player version, which was the mirrored version, because it looks so much cooler than this. But I love cocktails also. I love the ability to sit down and play the game.
I understand.
Okay, now to your left here, U235. I explained the story to you. I don't know if you want me to explain it again.
It depends. If it's a game that really matters to you, we can do it in the third video. But if you want to talk about it now, as you want.
Well, like I said, U235 Meltdown and Jet Pong. Those are really unique games. But I don't know if you want to talk about rare games now, or it's good if you're going to be talking about them in the third video. Then there's no point in even talking about these now.
You can present them if you want, but very rapidly, because I think it's good to talk about these three games or two games as you want. In the third video, it's kind of unexpected when someone comes into your arcade. No one knows about those cabs, even if it's commercialized now. I never heard about it, and I'm arcade fan, so it's kind of incredible. I'm following some Arcade Heroes stuff. I'm reading Arcade Heroes sometimes. Never heard about this.
Well, Adam's pretty good. He's a
Mm.
friend of mine.
Yeah.
He does very cool stuff. But yeah, we could say basically, if you come into the arcade, you're definitely going to want to try to play U235. That's the rarest game in the world.
Mm.
And we'll get into the story on that one later. But basically, there was only 50 of them made, and there's probably less than 5 remaining in the world today. And
Yeah.
this is the only arcade in the world that has one of these working.
It blown me away.
All right, going over here. Sound Voltex, popular. Over the Top was a nice, a very
Yeah.
nice thing. I saw it and I loved it when I played it back in 2013 when it was first released. I absolutely adored it, so I had to get my hands on it. This one, Chochabudai Geishi. This is a really, really cool thing. It was basically in Japan. You had it's known as the table flipping game.
Yeah.
There's not too many arcades in the U.S. that have it.
No.
You know, but I have 2 of them. You could actually link up to 4 of them to throw the table for distance.
Mm. Yeah.
So, it is a lot of fun.
Very
Love it.
fun.
Yep. And if you get a chance, give it a shot.
Oh, I did. Don't worry about that. When I saw it, I wanted to try it because I've been to Japan many times, never had the chance to play it, so I could do it in Arcade Odyssey.
Yeah. Well, the one next to it, Sonic Blast Heroes,
Yeah.
I played in Japan also. And I visited over 28 arcades when I went to Japan. And I played Sonic Blast Heroes. I absolutely, and I love this game so much that you see that head up above it, that
Yeah.
head that you see, that much. You know, so it is the thing from Sonic Blast Man.
Yeah.
And I actually paid to have the helmet remolded, and I built the thing and I painted it and stuff. So I absolutely adored this game. When I played it in Japan, I said I gotta have it, and I had it shipped to Miami almost immediately.
And there's many other cabs of that license before this game. So yeah.
Yes, there was. There was Sonic Blast Man and Sonic Blast Man 2, which I have the boards for, but I don't have the cabinets for those.
I see. Time Crisis 4, released on PS4, PS3, sorry.
Hammer Champ, which was a rather interesting, whack-a-mole style
Yep.
game. I liked it. I thought it was cutesy, so I went for it.
Yeah, original, yeah.
Yeah.
The usual rhythm games.
Yes, Beatmania. Most of the Beatmanias, believe it or not, they're supposed to have vibration under your feet. They're supposed to have transducers that vibrate so that you feel the music in addition to playing it. And most of them are dead. I went ahead and I when I get a game, I try to restore it back to its perfect form. So we went ahead and we got new transducers and we put those on the bass so you feel the music in addition to playing it.
What is astonishing about you, it's your dedication to restore all those cabs. It's so much effort. People don't realize that.
You're right, because they just think the game is this way, but they don't realize that most of the time the game isn't. Even this Darius Chronicle Burst, I love this game.
Yeah, excellent game. Yeah,
excellent game. And I went ahead and I even got it with the topper because I wanted to get it exactly as it was in Japan. And it is it's one of my favorites. I love that.
I understand that. Yeah. USF4.
Yeah. 2 versus cabs there.
Yeah.
Fighters 3.
Yeah, and I've been really surprised to see such a place for Street Fighter 3 because this is my favorite Street Fighter, but people usually they play Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo. And here there's a place of choice for Street Fighter 3, so I was very happy to see that. And as you can see, there's not a lot of people in the arcade, but it's because I came there quite early. And when there's people, they are all playing Street Fighter 3, so really
Yep.
pleasing to see that.
Well, you showed up, I think, right after we opened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So
Yeah. We have 2 Street Fighter 3 versus cabinets, and yes, on the nights and weekends, they're packed. Original Asteroids from 1979,
Mhm.
original Millipede.
Yeah, we are in the history part. A lot of old cocktail cabs, which are really rare in these conditions.
Of course, Track and Field 4-player.
Sure. Yep. If only people could realize how uncommon all these are.
Oh yeah, no, they'd have no idea.
Mm. Galaga 3, just Galaga 3 is really not common at all.
No, it isn't, and it's a great game. It was really hard, a very hard game. But I love Galaga 3, and I even have the lights, the original lights there, so you get the soft glow on your hands while you play. Warlords. Stupid rare.
I never saw it. It's simple,
Yeah.
as simple as that.
This is basically a 4-player Pong game, and you have to fight, each other player in order to do it. It is a wonderful game. That game is wonderful. Ice Cold Beer, another classic. Wonderful game. Truly, if you haven't played it, give it a shot. People really enjoy the electromechanicals and stuff, which is really fun because that's the old school stuff, but everybody seems to love that stuff.
Because we didn't have access so long about those electromechanical games. We had video games quite fast, I guess, compared to Japan, for example.
Yeah, Sega Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
That's an original Sega Sonic.
Yeah, pretty rare.
Board from Japan with original controls. That is rare as a hen's tooth. JoJo's Adventure, an original monkey ball.
Panel, yeah.
Yeah. So you've got those 3 are very rare. Puzzle Fighter 2.
Yeah, for sure, of course.
And then you've got Dragon Ball Z.
Super Dragon Ball Z, yeah.
Yeah, that is a wonderful game. It gets a lot of play.
Yep.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2, of course. Gotta have that. Dodonpachi.
Daioju, yeah.
Yeah, love. I'm a big shoot 'em up fan. Next to that, you've got Soul Calibur 3.
Yep.
You've got Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2. So you've got Super Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter Third Strike, and Street Fighter 4. And then you've got Sailor Moon. You will rarely find an arcade with Sailor Moon. Okay.
I saw some PCBs for sale from times to time in my life,
Yes.
but of course it's not a common game, yeah.
Did you see how much those PCB boards go for?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And of course, the Act. I only know of 2 arcades in the world that have.
Never saw that in my life. I
This
didn't even
was-
know that exists.
Yep, this was basically done by a company called Cicropia. And I spoke to the owner and so forth, and basically they wanted to do a game to compete against Dragon's Lair, and
I see.
they wanted to even use Disney artists, and they got very lucky because at the time Disney was getting rid of all its artists and firing them because they were going to the 3D thing with Pixar and so on. So Kumar, which was the president of Cicropia, went up to these people and said, "Hey, how would you guys like to do a video game in the similar style to Don Bluth's Dragon's Lair, who was also a Disney artist?" So they said yes, and that's why when you look at this game, it looks so incredible because you actually had real Disney artists, just like Don Bluth doing Dragon's Lair. These were Disney artists doing the Act. And the funny thing is that Cicropia closed before the game was even released. They
Oh.
only made 48 kits, and the kits were in various form of pieces, and there was only a handful of cabinets. This was one of the kits. I bought it from a collector that had gotten the thing, and we went ahead and we hooked it up, and only myself and Game Grid in Utah have working versions of this game. It is a wonderful game. If you get a chance, try it. Truly
Okay.
good. Dance Rush, usual.
Yeah, but wow, wow,
Yeah, it is.
it's impressive.
It is impressive.
Mm.
And of course, we restore everything on that. Crazy Climber, another wonderful classic.
Yep.
Original cab.
The price time you love so much? Just kidding.
Nah, I did not want to do anything like Cranes.
Hmm.
But over there we got, of course, another rhythm game, Cross Beats, and original Mario Kart.
Yeah. Some more fighting games, and Raiden 4.
Raiden 4, of course. Love shoot 'em up, like I said. Gotta
Yeah.
have a
Samurai Spirits.
Spirits, 2019.
Yep. You have a handful of Vulix F. No, it's not F. It's L.
I do not remember. I
It's
do not-
L. Yeah, it's L models. Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And, we've got Dead or Alive,
5. Yep.
Fighting Climax X.
Yep.
Uh,
Ignition.
yeah.
Blade Strangers.
Blade Stream. That's a wonderful game. That's a good fighter.
Yep. Which system is it already? I have it, but it's not coming on my mind right now. It's the Sega Ring Edge.
Ring Age 2, I believe.
Yep, Ring Edge 2, yeah.
Yes.
Hmm.
And then you've got
Arcana Hearts.
Arcana Heart, 6-star.
Yep, the third one. Well, I'm just having a look at the toppers.
And of course, all the joysticks are Sanwa joysticks, Sanwa buttons.
Oh yeah, this arcade game room is full of love.
Well, you see, the funny thing is, if you look at this, you'll see Sanwa stuff. But if you look at the shoot 'em ups, they're not Sanwa.
Seimitsu.
That's right.
You're a real hardcore fan. Yep.
Yeah, you do not put a Sanwa on a shoot 'em up. You put a Seimitsu. You know.
You know
So,
your stuff.
Yeah, I'm an old school guy.
Yeah.
And I love shoot 'em ups. So, what's sad is shoot 'em ups don't get a lot of love down here.
Oh, it always has been niche, but the people who love shoot 'em ups, they really are hardcore fans.
Yeah. Dragon's Lair, of course, an original.
Nice
Love
one.
Lair. A big fan of that. And then, of course, Fixer Felix Jr.
Yep. More recent one.
Yep.
We don't see these everywhere.
No.
Even
But,
though it's more recent, you don't
Yeah.
see that everywhere.
Then you've got Xevious, one of
Classic,
my classic. Love Xevious.
of course.
Wonderful music, wonderful soundtrack. Absolutely amazing
Cab.
soundtrack on that.
Mm.
Yeah, I love it. Tron, one of my favorites.
Yeah. Tron. Mm.
Yeah, love Tron. And I built that thing that you see in the background. You see how the thing is spinning? Normally that is just an overlay.
Oh,
And I
wow.
with a screen, and I put an animation so that it moves.
Wow.
See it?
Yes, I saw it. Sure.
Yeah. I if I can make the game better, of course I kept the original overlay, but I thought it looked so good with that thing actually animated versus just standing there stagnant. Another thing also on this Neo Geo 4 four banger. You
Mhm.
notice that the Neo Geo is lit up. You see that?
Yeah, it's you
Yeah.
again.
Yep. Yep.
Mm.
That was Frank. Frank went ahead and he got some um, LCD material and he put it behind there to light it up because and we were like we noticed that all the Neo Geos were never lit up and I go that's sort of stupid. Why would
Yeah,
you illuminate the bottom and not the top?
yeah, yeah.
You
I
know?
understand that, but it's just to save money. This is why.
Yeah, but
Mm.
oh, that's Miss Pac-Man.
Classic again. But I think we could talk about every single arcade cave here, but we don't have the time for that. So we are obliged to talk about just the rarest and the most interesting ones,
Quick
and
and
just
Crash.
they are all interesting. So
Well, Quick and Crash is another wonderful. That one
yep,
right there. Oh,
we
that
have
game.
one in France, yeah,
Yes.
with HFS association. They
Yeah.
have that. Mm.
Wonderful, wonderful game. Hyperball.
Yeah, you made me try it. It's incredible. I never saw a pinball like that.
It's a Space Invaders pinball, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, wonderful game. Gets a lot of play. That is a great game. I love that game. It's like Space Invaders with pinballs. Absolutely wonderful.
Maybe we should talk about it in our third video, I guess, in details,
Yeah.
because it blew my mind. Didn't even know it could exist.
Yeah, well, there was two versions of it. There's that one, and then Midway made one called what it called? Not Hyperball. They called it something else. But Midway made a version of it also. Both of them are a lot of fun. I love them.
Mm.
I'm a big Terminator fan, so
You had to have that.
yeah, 2 and 3.
And you told me that pinballs also attract people a lot. A lot of people just come for pinballs.
Not as many as video, believe it or not.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, we get people for pinball, but I think that for every 5 people, maybe 2 will go for the pinball, and 3 will go for the rest.
It's 40%. It's quite a lot.
Like 30-35%.
30. Okay, okay. Well, it's pleasing me because I really love video games above all. So
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm more of a video guy.
sure.
I've always been more. There are some pinballs that I find fascinating and I love, and they're a lot of fun. But the game that the ones that absolutely I adore are a handful. You know, there's very few of those that I like as much as video games. The video games, there's so much more going on.
Hmm. I understand, but you have to have pinball if you have an arcade game room.
Actually, believe it or not, a lot of places don't like
Oh,
and redemption and stuff because they don't want to have the maintenance and they don't want people
oh yeah.
skill. They want people to play for just a short amount of time and get tickets and move on. That's why you won't see stuff like this a lot of those places.
You have to say that pinball's maintenance is just crazy.
It is. It is.
Hmm. I don't understand with the time passing by, they didn't do some pinballs who could endure time. You always have to repair them.
Well, yeah, the pinball and well, even videos. Now, and very few people will catch this. Okay, I don't think anybody will catch this. But did you notice that you walked the entire arcade? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
How many games were dead or off?
Zero game.
Okay, now this does not always happen, but we try our hardest to keep all the games functioning and so forth. But I don't think that there's a single arcade you can go to anywhere and see this level of stuff. We have over 171, like I think it was 171, 172 arcade machines and pinball machines in the arcade. And if rarely will you see more than one, maybe two down. And even then, it's usually because we're waiting for a part to arrive or waiting for something to try to repair it. But as you can see, 172 and not a single down, which is, you know, very, very rare nowadays.
I can testify on that. I was there. Operation Wolf.
Oh
Classic.
yeah, a classic, very good classic.
Mm.
And Battle Shark also another
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
you know.
Even older,
Yeah, I love the oldies.
of course. Time doesn't mean anything. It's not defining the interest of a game.
Yep. Original Donkey Kong with a
Yeah,
spin
yeah.
also, so people can see you play.
Nice condition. You almost did everything on it, or was it like that when you bought it?
I don't know. A lot of these were like this already when we got them.
Mm.
There's some that have some, you know, scrapes and dings and scratches and stuff. I mean, they're not perfect. They're 40 plus years old.
Mm.
But, you know, we do our best to keep them as original as possible.
Yeah.
There's something to be said, as they say, the patina, which is basically the old feel of the game. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
to be done for that.
I understand. It's part of the experience.
Yes.
Mm. Still a lot of classics lining up. But man, they are very pristine. I guess you're saying that there are dents on them, but still you don't see a lot of those cabs when you see them in these conditions.
No, like I said, we do our best. You know, but I can guarantee you there are dings and dents on those.
Yeah, yeah. I hope with this particular video, people will now realize what is Arcade Odyssey. I guess in the world of arcade game rooms, you're in at the top. I guess you're at the top of what I saw in my life.
Well, we appreciate that. I mean, basically, what I all I strive to be is just basically to give people an original arcade experience like it used to be, and not just a place where you go to play to get tickets and just move on and not, you know, not really, you know, because if you go to any of these places where you're doing redemption, you're not even playing the games.
No, no.
You know, and
But redemption is just the death of arcade. It's not what we knew as arcade. It's something else. Call it something else, but not arcade. So
well,
this is
the
an
other
arcade.
thing is, in the industry, we call them kiddie casinos.
Mm.
You know, they're kiddie casinos. They're basically meant to take as much money as they can, as quickly as they can away from you. You know, and we didn't believe in that. We believe that if you have skills, you should continue to play. That's your reward. That's your, instead of you getting tickets, you continue to play.
Mm.
You get the high score so you can brag to your friends.
Yep.
Put up,
And,
you know,
and
another,
okay, go on. Sorry.
no, it's okay. Actually, over here, you know, Fighting Mania. is
Yeah,
another
of course.
wonderful. That is a great game.
Yeah, yeah. We have some in
Dead
France. Mm.
House of the Dead EX. That
Oh
game
yeah.
I had been hunting for forever. This game I hunted for at least 6 to 7 years, and I
Yeah.
found it. I'll give you a story on this one. So when I went to Japan, I had been looking for the House of the Dead EX, and I was saying, "Oh, I'm finally going to get a chance to play it." So I went to Japan and I went to 28 arcades, and I couldn't find it. I was going crazy, and I was like, "Damn it!" And I only played at like 2 or 3 arcades out of the 28 because I was sort of disappointed because you would walk into these big arcades and instead of there being a lot of arcades, it was all redemption. And it was like going into one Dave and Buster's after another, after another, after another, after it was the same games, everything online, everything card based, everything downloadable characters, and I go, this is not a game. A game should be something you walk up and you catch right away and you start playing with your friend. If I want to fight you in a Street Fighter game, I want to sit down and then you can sit down next to me and you plunk down your quarters and away we go. But nowadays, no, now you got to go buy a card, log in, create your profile, scan the card, okay. Then you got to find the arcade, see if there's anybody else in the arcade that has the cabinet wants to play. I'm like, what the heck? And nobody's going to do it. Nobody's going to care. They're just going to just play and that's it. And for me, you sort of lost a little bit. You lost the intimacy of playing with another player next to each other. And I really enjoy that. Well, when I went to Japan, I was looking, like I said, for this cabinet. I was going to all these arcades. I was being very disappointed. And then I finally went to the best arcade that I have ever been to in my entire life. And I'm sad to say it is no longer with us. And that was Otano no Warehouse or Kawasaki Arcade.
Yeah.
If your fans have not seen it, look online and look
Silent Hill. Chinese Silent Hill.
Yes, it was based on the Chinese city of Kowloon, I believe, or something like that. It was basically a dump, and it was amazing. I walked in. I remember that there was a prostitute with her boobs sticking out, and it was a doll, and it was laying down like a prostitute thing. And I mean, they really did a wonderful job of making it look like just a slum. And the visual impact of that arcade was amazing. But when I walked in, the first game I saw was an Outrun Deluxe, and next to it was a Space Harrier Deluxe. Super Deluxe. These were the moving games. And when I saw those two games right next to each other, I looked at my wife and I go, get a 20, put it in the machine. I'm playing in this arcade. This is the arcade for me to play in. And I started going around. They had a wonderful, amazing selection of games. It was truly incredible. I absolutely loved it. This is what I built my arcade to be after. It was such a diversity of classics and new and unique and just the visual of everything was just amazing. I hope to someday even get close to that. But as I was walking through the arcade and playing games, I get to the second floor and they had pool tables, which is not something I really believe an arcade should have. I'm not into the pool table thing, but all of a sudden I see it right there behind the pool tables, all the way in the rear. I saw House of the Dead EX and I go, oh my God. I ran up to it. I started playing it, and for 2 hours straight, I played this game. No Japanese. There was Japanese people around me, but they were sitting down watching me play. It's like this gaijin had taken over this game. Nobody was going to play this game but me. So I played this game for over 2 hours by myself. Didn't let anybody else get on it, And I was absolutely in love. So when we played everything, we got out of there. We had been there for, I think, over 4.5, almost 5 hours in this arcade. When we left, I was so tired, but I had seen so many games that I wanted to get, and a lot of the games I had gotten for the arcade. I called up one of my distributors in Japan, and I said, I don't care what it takes. I don't care what it costs. You have to get me the House of the Dead EX. And he goes, Rick, we've been looking for years. We cannot find it anywhere. It is a very, very hard to find game. So I was disappointed. I left. After that, a few months later, I get a call from them and they go, we got the game. And I go, I don't care what it is, get it. load it onto the container and get it to me. So they went ahead, they got it, they packed it up, they loaded it, and they sent it down. And it's, when it was coming down and it was in shipping, I said, I never asked you guys, where did you get it? And they go, well, you're not going to believe this, but there's a very popular arcade that has been around forever in Japan called Kawasaki Arcade, and they're closing their doors and going out of business. So when they closed their doors, we went upstairs and we saw it. So we thought of you and we got it. And I go, oh my God. So this game, this House of the Dead EX, was the one that I played in Japan in Kawasaki No Warehouse. And it is now a piece of that arcade that I have brought back to America and that people get to play today.
Yeah, and what I can tell you is that this game is the perfect example of what is Arcade Odyssey. I believe that I know a bit about video games. I'm old as F. I've been into video games since my childhood.
If you're old as F, I'm old as dust then.
Yeah. But what I want to tell you, and I want to insist on that, I know House of the Dead. It's one of my favorite IPs, and I come here at Arcade Odyssey, and I see this House of the Dead EX, Loving of the Dead, and I never saw it. I didn't even know it exists. So I got my ass spanked here at Arcade Odyssey. You think you know video games, you come here, and there's a lot of games you never saw in your life. You didn't even know that it exists. Even IPs you love, like the House of the Dead. I didn't even know that this is real. So, yeah.
Well, here's another thing also. When Sega did this game, they did an export version, which was for England and so on, and the Japanese version. Well, I reached out to Sega Shed, which is Andy, and he's a wonderful wealth of knowledge. And I've bought quite a few things from him for some of my Sega cabs. And I asked him about this, and he goes, did you know that you can convert this game to English? And I go, really? And he goes, you need the original software, but the original software disk was inside the game. I had to get a key, a different serial key. I had to put it in, and I had to do a certain key sequence, and it reloaded the game, as export. So now people can not only enjoy the game, but actually understand it. When I played it in Japan, I didn't know what the freak I was doing. So I was playing by instinct. Just because I've played games for so long, I more or less know what you have to do. But I had no idea really what the hell I was doing. I was just doing it. But now you can actually understand, read, and see what the game is. So it is even more enjoyable. And people can appreciate that more. I could have left it as Japanese, but when I can, I try to convert them to export or English so people can enjoy them a bit more.
Yeah, that's normal.
And of course, it is 100% intact, as you can see. This was
pristine.
Yeah, this was a dream of mine to get this game, and the fact that I got to play it in a Tonono warehouse, and then I got to bring it back, and I have it now. That was such a wonderful place. Absolutely amazing.
This is a nice story, like a fairy tale.
Yeah, that was. I had been hunting for that for so many years. Made so many phone calls to Japan.
To get the exact same cab you played on.
And to end up getting that was like a gift from God.
I understand. As a collector, I understand.
Yes.
Classic again.
Yes, I really am a big stickler for classics. There's a pole position right there to your right, which we just passed. And of course, Initial D. This one right here to the left, remember I told you about this, Rail Chase 2.
Oh yeah, you made me play it, so I guess we'll be talking about it in our third video, but you can present it here. This video is the meaning of the video.
That is an amazing game. I doubt that you will find more than maybe I know that there's an arcade in Japan that has one, and I have one. And if you look online in Clove or any of these things, I'm the only one that shows that has a cabinet.
Mm.
It is a wonderful game, and the fact that I have everything working on it, I've restored everything, including the movement, and we use special. We gut the 3-gun old burnt out rear projection system, and we replace it with rear projection laser displays, and we use special materials to enhance the contrast ratio. So with the images that you see look even better than the original display. So everything we do, we even restored the seats. We had a professional upholsterer come in and redo the seats on that. We 3D printed the parts that were missing on the game to make sure everything was perfect. And everything was rebuilt. The graphics were redone. It's just an amazing game. If you've never played it, I strongly recommend you give it a shot.
Again, games that I never played before. So thank you, Rick, for that experience.
Yeah. Police 911. Did you ever play that one?
No, I didn't play that one while I was at Arcade Odyssey because it was kind of late
I
after
know,
our
but
meeting. But I played
Yeah.
some other games. Yeah.
that is a wonderful game. You basically have to physically duck the bullets.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You have to duck. Truly a wonderful experience. Wonderful game. That's another one that does very, very. People don't play it a lot, and they don't realize how much fun it is. It is a lot of fun. A tremendous amount of fun on that game.
Yep. So yeah, I guess we had the tour of the game room, but I want to tell you something else. I want to define Rick, and for that I have 2 words. It's passion. I rarely seen someone as passionate as you. And the second word is dedication. I never saw someone giving so much for arcades. So you're restoring all of them by yourself. And if you ever thought that we've seen everything of Arcade Odyssey with this video, you're all wrong. It's so much more than that. So yeah, there's a lot of classics, but there's a lot of games you never experienced before here. But there's way lot more, and that's what we are going to see in our second video. So I invite you to stay tuned and watch the second video we are going to do together. Do you have something else to add, Rick?
No, that's about it. I mean, but that's about it. I mean, I think that this would give everybody a decent flavor of the arcade, and like I said, I don't just try to buy games just for the sake of putting games into an arcade. If they're not fun, I will not buy them. I will not collect them. I will not bring them, and I will not restore them.
It has to make sense.
It has to be fun. It has to be something that defined culture or something that defined gaming. To me, it's very important to have a game that is as enjoyable to play as either that or has some historical significance. Nowadays everybody's just buying games. I'm going to buy this giant Space Invaders thing, but you can't play it more than a minute and a half because after that the game becomes unplayable because it's just trying to get tickets from you. Give you tickets. So anyway, that's a good start.
Yep, and American people just know that you have a lot of luck to have Rick Medina and his Arcade Odyssey. So that's what I wanted to insist on.
Thank you.
So see you in the second video, and thank you, Rick. See you soon. Say bye to our viewers.
Well, goodbye, viewers. It's a pleasure being on the show.
Yep, I'll say bye too, and in my country we say Salabayo.
Okay.